here every single month with your Liverpool Warriors. The high school is right down the road, and we are here on 7839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York. You can walk to Liverpool High School from here. We hope that you support Avicolli's and you support your Warriors as always. Girls basketball is with me just as they are every single season. And I'm going to ask you to please give them a round of applause before we get started. Show them. So with that being said, I have my captains here with me today. We have Addyson Graham here with me, as well as Kaylyn Sweeney. So how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry. I'm
Addison, wake up.
Okay. Addison, you said that Kaylyn has to answer every question because you typically are the one that answers the question.
Yes, I did say that because whenever coaches like captains anything to say, Kay always looks at me and she waits for me to say something.
I don't want to interrupt
first.
you.
Well, no, but I always look at her and I'm just like, Kay, go first this time. So,
Okay.
Yeah, that's why
So you want her to go first this
Yes,
time?
I do want her to
So
go
how about
first.
this? I'm going to make it even more interesting for you. You get to ask Kaylyn the first question.
Okay, wait, are you going to tell me the question?
No, you get to pick the question.
Oh.
You can ask her anything in the world. This is your chance. You said you wanted her to talk first.
Like about basketball?
Anything. She has to answer
Okay.
it.
Kay, what's your favorite number?
10.
Okay. That was fair.
That was so easy. All
Sorry.
right, Kaylyn, why don't you ask a tougher question to Addison? Give her a tougher question.
Moe's or Chipotle?
Moe's, because one time I had Chipotle and I threw up at practice. Basketball practice.
What
actually.
is this?
Yeah.
You guys know I'm Hispanic and Italian, and the answer to Moe's or Chipotle is neither.
Okay,
The correct answer is neither.
Understand.
I had somebody ask me which one was more authentic, and I think McDonald's is more authentic to Hispanic food than Moe's or Chipotle. Now, Chipotle's okay. I fully understand that they're probably never going to... Let me say this. Chipotle is not bad. I'm going to leave my opinions of Moe's off just in case they ever want to become a sponsor on the show. But Moe's, the chicken used to be good. Now
Moe's has chicken?
But not anymore.
I thought it was only
They
ground
call it chicken now. They still call it chicken. So
ground beef.
we love you all. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. So with that being said, Kaylyn, let's get out of trouble here for this right now, right? We said a couple things here. So let's go straight into Coach Wheeler. Sitting right off camera. He is one of the best dressed coaches that I believe I've known in the last decade.
Best dressed?
Yeah, because he puts the orange sleeves with the orange shoes. He gets somewhat coordinated here.
He tries.
Coach to me has style.
They don't think so.
They don't believe you have style. I believe Coach has some style.
I think
So, you don't
to
think?
each his own.
Okay.
He has no. He has style at games,
Yeah,
but
he-
not at
he
practice.
Tries. He puts in effort.
At practice, he just
I don't
rolls
know if
out of bed and
always, like
comes.
Okay.
goes through, you know.
So at practice, you don't think he has style?
No.
Why not?
It looks like
Look at what. Wait, you think that's style right there? No offense, coach. No offense.
He's matching his
But,
he's matching his sleeves
but what about
to his
the
sleeves.
white stripes
It's
of
different
Adidas
color
with
oranges.
the black and the gray on?
Listen, I think Coach to me has had style in the time that I've known him.
Okay.
I will defend Coach that he's got some style.
Thanks, Andy.
You're welcome. And I'm definitely feeling the sneaks. You got to give it up to the sneaks. They're all orange.
Right.
They're nice.
The sneakers are tough.
Okay. So, Kaylyn, I tried to get us out of trouble, and we went back into it. So let's try this again.
Addison interrupts.
What? How?
Let's try this again. Tell me something good about Mike Wheeler.
Oh, this one's tough. No, I'm just kidding. Wheeler, he's just a great coach. Everything he does is good. The way he coaches us and pushes us to be the best we can be. So.
Are you telling the truth, or do you not want to run?
No, I'm telling the truth.
Okay.
Both.
Okay. I want to make sure. I'm looking out for you, Coach. Addison?
He's always trying to make us go harder and make us do better because he knows that we can be like so much better than what we are, and it's just like it's really great always having like somebody there to like pick you up when you're down and stuff like that.
So he's always helping you to get better,
Yeah.
and you think he does many things right.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So the team has lost a mere one game this season.
I'm very disappointed.
Very.
Yes. What did you learn, Addison, I'll start with you. What did you learn from that matchup?
Honestly, I learned that we can only play our game and we can only focus on what we do on the court, and that's about it. We honestly hustled and we pushed the whole time throughout that whole game, and it was just really unfortunate circumstances, and we faced a lot of adversity throughout that game with players, refs, just in general. But honestly, there was nothing we could do about it, and we just had to go out there, push through, and play our game, which is what we did. And unfortunately, we came out with a loss, but still, we learned from that, and we're not going to have another loss. So
That's the only loss of the season.
Yeah, so that Horizon High School game on the road, 56-52. Kaylyn, what did you take away from that game?
I liked how we did not give up at all. We kept playing, we kept pushing. We stayed composed for most of the game, which is really good. And yeah,
on our side.
Yep.
for real.
So I don't know how it works in high school, Coach. If the student athletes say refs, do you get fined?
No.
Okay. All right.
You just don't get a call down the road.
All right. You just get a phone. Yeah.
But they were down in Florida, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. So it was out of state, so the refs were not great. That's what you're saying. Okay.
They suck.
Oh boy. So, but that game, I mean, being able to play that game, which is obviously not one that you're typical of seeing from season to season, did you take something away from it that you can learn as far as the adversity and your response to it, Kaylyn?
Yeah. Obviously, we have to learn from it and grow as a team. So, and the game at the day after, we came right out strong, and I think just because we lost that game, we were just that much more, wanting to win. So, yeah.
Addison, for you, do you look back on that and take anything specifically?
Yeah, I think what Kay had said before about composure, because that was really one thing that we had to control. And even though we did do a good job, there was still a lot of points in the game where it was just we didn't have to do this, we didn't have to say this, we didn't have to act like this. We just have to always come back together and pick each other up, stay composed all the time, and that'll come with other games as well. So
You have two choices when adversity hits. You can either learn from it, become more responsible, and grow as a person, or you can go the other direction, be irresponsible,
right.
not be mature about it. How does this team walk away from that game a more responsible team, a more mature team, a more focused team?
We definitely are more, I would say we are more mature and more responsible when it comes to that stuff. I mean, we all have our times, we all have our moments where we get out of hand and it's just a little too much. But at the end of the day, we always come back together and we always pull out a win or pull out a good just a good game in general, which that was. So,
Kaylyn, for you, how is this team a more responsible, more mature, better put together team than the first game?
I think as the season goes on, our chemistry just gets even better, and definitely from our first game, our composure and our attitudes have gotten better, which is always good. So, yeah.
You guys are the captains, so the attitude of this team, the structure and the function of this team, especially on the court during a game, is on your shoulders. How do you define leadership, Kaylyn?
Just picking up your teammates when they're down on themselves, and always saying good job or whatever when they do something good, and just keeping their heads up.
Addison, leadership?
Honestly, just speaking up for yourselves and just being there for your teammates and stuff, just like Kay had said, and just knowing, trying to say this in a good way, I don't know, just always being there and always knowing right from wrong, and just being there to just support or just tell your teammate that real quick, we should be doing this, blah blah blah, stuff like that, little things like that.
What's been the hardest part of being a captain, in your opinion, Addison?
All of the personalities on our team clashing together all the time.
I will agree.
It's so hard to just be able to talk to just one person, and you have to talk differently to another person, because we just all are so different, and we all have to accommodate for each other's personalities. So that definitely is difficult, but we get through it.
I think that exact description is what every head coach would tell you that they go through on a daily basis, is that you have to coach different people differently.
Yes.
So if that frustrates you, that can hopefully help you appreciate Mike's job a little bit better and how hard it is to teach the same thing like 14 different ways.
Yep.
Kaylyn, what has been the most difficult part of being a captain this year?
Stop. Probably, well, you know, sometimes sometimes it's hard, like people might not listen to you as much as they'll listen to a head coach or whatever, but you know, you always gotta try, like you are a captain, so you always have to speak up, like when you see something or whatever, but yeah.
So, I asked you to say something nice about Coach Wheeler. I'd love for you to say something nice about each other. Addison, you have to say something nice about your fellow captain, Kaylyn Sweeney.
Kay's really tough. Like she might not. If you look at her first glance, you might not see that. But Kay is a really tough person, and she always gets back up, and she always keeps fighting and keeps pushing, even though she might get angry sometimes.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
her cheeks get really red when she gets
Yeah,
really
real red.
Kaylyn, tell me something good about Addison Graham.
Addison is always positive. She always keeps us like our heads up when anything like goes wrong. She's always positive, and she's just so funny and has a great personality.
Thanks,
So-
Kay.
So, always positive, always gets back up. I like those. Those are two big things in a captain.
Oh, Addison is always late.
All right now. If late, if
Everything.
you have to be at practice at 5 o'clock, I will be there at 4:59, right on time for practice.
At 4, kind of Mike. Mike
With
says
my
kind of.
shoes on, ready to practice. So I don't count that as being late.
So like
I don't
4:59.
count
So
that
if
as
I,
being late.
She's not late.
Right. Thank
Right.
you.
Addison's
Thank
the
you.
person that will walk inside with her basketball shoes on and everything. Throws her bag in the locker room and just goes right into practice.
Yeah.
so there is this belief from coaches, and I think Paul Pasqualoni said this for Syracuse football. If you're 15 minutes early, you're
on
late.
time. 15 minutes early, you're on time.
He still
Yeah.
he still considered you to be late even
And
if you were
you're
early. You had to
on
be
time,
earlier than
you're
that.
late.
If you're on time, you're late.
Late.
If you were 15 minutes
early,
early,
you're
you
on
might be on time. So when do you get there, Kaylyn?
Wheeler, so we have practice at 5. He's always like dressed and ready at 4:45. So I get there around 4:30, 4:35 to be ready and
Okay.
get taped and everything.
Okay, so
Bria, back me up. Don't we always get there at?
What time did y'all get to practice today? Because I pulled up and
You pulled up
I
last.
pulled up. No, but I pulled up and it was what time did we have practice?
We got there at 10:40.
I pulled up and there was I had 10 minutes left to be there. I had 10 minutes, so that wasn't that early.
Okay, good for you.
okay, so you were early one time. She's early most times. You called her out today for being a little bit less early than early.
Yeah.
So practice. Okay, practice. If you practice hard, there is the reality that the harder you practice and the more you push each other, practice becomes harder than a game.
Yeah. We definitely get competitive.
We get
in
very
practice,
competitive
so,
in our
yeah.
practices.
Okay. Who is the most competitive person that if they miss one shot out of like 20,
Should we say it together?
Should we say it together?
Say it together.
3, 2, 1. Abria. Kara Arrow does get very competitive.
so who is like the most calm, peaceful soul in practice?
Mora.
Yeah. Mora will get literally pushed down and knocked down, and like nobody will see it. She'll be. She might be a little sad over in the corner, but
she'll
nobody
get
will
so-
see it.
yeah.
She'd be like this. She'd be like, if she don't cry in the corner, but she'd be like,
So
But she's so calm, nobody will even see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Nobody will even see something's wrong.
And
with her,
every
'cause
time
she's
she
so
falls,
calm
you
with
never
it. She
hear
doesn't-
anything. It's
right?
like so
It's
quiet.
Like,
so you don't know when if something bad happens, you don't know because she's just back to it.
yes.
All right. So if she's that silent killer, so to speak, who is the one that is the loudest on the team?
Loudest? Oh yeah.
I know what
Right.
I know what
Wilder's
Kaylyn's gonna
were
say.
obnoxious.
I can tell what Kaylyn's gonna say based on her eyes that she gave.
Kay's ready to say. Go
ahead.
Abria.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Addison because you looked at Addison.
No.
Oh, okay.
Abria.
No, that's definitely
Bria?
Bria.
Okay. So you guys are both captains. If you had to pass the torch and let someone be a captain with you right now, who on the team would you trust to be a captain and why?
Can I go?
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
I thought you wanted me to go
Oh,
first.
you're right. Go ahead.
I would say Gigi.
Thank you. I was gonna say that.
She is always picking up her teammates, always has something to say after a game, even when she, like, 'cause Wheeler always has the captain's talk after a game, and sometimes he's like anyone else, and Gigi always jumps in and has something to say. So Gigi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Gigi. Can we clap it up for Gigi? Give Gigi some love. So we're gonna jump into rapid fire.
Oh, I love this.
So we can ask each other anything in the world. We're going to round robin this thing, go back and forth. So you guys are going to get to ask each other as well.
Okay.
So
And it's random questions.
random. So Addison, you're going to ask me. I'm going to ask Kaylyn. Kaylyn's going to ask you, and then we're going to go back.
Okay. I gotta
See.
think of a question.
You ask me first.
Kay, do you have a question?
I got a
So
question.
you want to go out of
Okay,
order?
so-
Okay.
So am I gonna
we'll
ask
go
you?
This, yeah, we'll go
Oh,
this
you
way.
asked me.
Actually, yeah, you ask her, so we'll stay in order.
What is your favorite Oreo flavor?
I don't like Oreos, so I can't answer that question.
All right, you can give a different
What?
one.
Oh.
You can give a different one to her.
What's your favorite chicken wing flavor?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, right now from what I just had, definitely either the garlic parmesan or the just regular hot wings. Those are good. Yeah.
Or the regular hot wings? Okay.
Yeah, they're like the
The
mild.
garlic parm or the mild?
Yeah, but
Okay.
the garlic parm kind of didn't taste like anything, so I don't
Okay.
know.
So maybe that. So you're going
So
regular.
maybe the hot.
Yeah.
So now you got to ask me.
Okay. How old are you?
38. 38. So my question for that was such an easy question, right? Kaylyn, let's think here. All right, Kaylyn, if you had to describe yourself as an amusement park ride, what ride would you be?
Got the
And
deep
why?
questions.
Velocicoaster.
Okay, and it's funny that you say that because I haven't been to Universal in a very long time. And I just went with my dad a couple weeks ago. And we didn't go to Islands of Adventure. We went to the Universal, the typical Universal side. But I can't ride roller coasters for the first time since I was 10 because I have a neck injury right now. But if I could, I was going to go on the Velocicoaster.
It's
So
insane.
I was going to say,
That's in the island though.
the Island of Adventure. And that's why we didn't go to that side because I couldn't ride certain rides. So tell me describe the ride to me for when I do get to ride it.
So basically you start and like they stop you and then you just go so fast. Like
Are there
they
raptors
just
in
jump
it?
you out. Yeah.
In the beginning.
Like the
in the
raptors
beginning,
chase you.
Yeah. it's
So
like
you've been
right-
on there too.
Yeah.
And then you like go upside down and you spin and then you stop again, then you go fast again.
Was this a
and-
team thing? Did you guys go as a team?
Yes, we all went to Florida.
So when you were down in Florida,
We went to Universal.
and when was this?
Like
Last week.
a couple days ago.
Okay. Mike, look at me right now. Because we've known each other for over a decade.
Right?
I was in Florida last week, and you didn't call me to go to Universal? I did have your schedule, but I was in Boca, and I was driving through past Orlando. All right. Well, the next time, if you guys go,
Won't be for a while.
you need to, you would need to make sure that Mike gives me a phone call. But the Velocicoaster was good. You had a good time.
Yeah.
What's up, sir? How are you? Can we clap it up for John right now? He's
Yeah,
the-
John.
Yeah. John is the guy that makes all the amazing food that you get to eat all the time. So he's
that
the
pizza was mad good.
he's the one that does not stop working ever. So much appreciation. Mike, I'm still gonna hold that against you. I love you to pieces, though. You know that. You know I do. I've known Mike for a long time. How many years, Wheeler? I've been back here I came back here in 2011. We met probably shortly after that, so it's been like 12 years, right?
Jeez. Wait, so how do you know Wheeler for that long?
I started covering OCC, and I called up this guy and said, hey, would you like to do an interview? And he decided to work his tail off at OCC and have one of the top 3 teams in the nation multiple times, make it to consistent tournaments, and give us an opportunity at a national championship, runs toward that. Then he took about 12 days off, and then he became the head coach over at, well, then you helped out at Liverpool, and then he became the head coach and made some history last year too. Everywhere he goes, he's successful.
Period, coach.
But we got to teach him how to hit some of those numbers on his phone. That's all he knows.
Dress apparel.
Yeah, and he dresses pretty good too. But you got one of the best coaches, in my opinion. I've had over, at this point, probably almost 5,000 people on the show, and he is the one of the most consistently strong, humble, kind, faithful, gracious, hardworking people that I know. So you guys got to steal when you got him as your coach. So please remember that when you're running and practice is hard. Remember that he's a good coach and he's a good person. You're welcome, sir. Yeah, Wheels is good news.
Yes.
So I asked you that.
Oh yeah, so I have to ask.
So you already asked her, so now we're going back this way. Because you already asked her question.
Good question.
Do you have another one for
Addison.
her? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Ask her.
Okay, so you recently committed to Marquette. What are you most looking forward to?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can we clap it up? Marquette's a good school. That's good stuff right
Yay! Honestly, I'm most looking forward to just being by myself and being on my own and just seeing how that will look for myself and in the future and how my life will progress after college. And I'm just excited for that new step in my life. Yeah.
there. Why Marquette?
Honestly, it's because I was looking for some place that really had like a family, just a family feel, and I definitely wanted to, because I'm playing lacrosse there. I'm going there for lacrosse.
Yeah.
So I wanted somewhere that had that lacrosse, that like great lacrosse experience, but at the same time really felt like homey and stuff. And honestly, it was a really hard decision. I spent a lot of time going between Marquette and this other school because it was an HBCU, and I really wanted to get like the HBCU experience, but unfortunately they didn't have the same lacrosse experience that I wanted. So it was like I couldn't have both at the same time, so I had to choose which one I wanted, and I just ended up going to, picking Marquette because of lacrosse.
Well, and congratulations. The Big East, one of the best conferences out there.
Yeah.
You're going to have some fun.
I know, I'm really excited.
And if you go to the tournament, the Big East, if you go to the men's basketball tournament at the Garden, you got to let me know.
Okay.
Because I usually find my way to the Garden as well. So we're going to go the other way. So now you get to ask me a question, Kaylyn.
Do I have to ask Kay a question next?
Wait,
No, she's going to come this way, and then you're going
you
to...
like Oreos?
Yeah, I like
So
Oreo.
what's your favorite flavor?
Of Oreo?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many flavors now, but the traditional one, I mean, the double stuff or the mega stuff, whatever it is, I like the Oreos, like traditional Oreos that have like the more filling in it, because I just think those are better. I don't know if I have a favorite flavor, but the Fruity Pebble one was actually pretty good. That was
What?
pretty.
A Fruity Pebble
There was
Oreo?
Fruity Pebble Oreos.
Okay.
Yeah, there was. They were not bad. It was all
Never
right,
heard of that.
but probably traditional. All right, now Addison, I get to ask you.
Okay.
Addison, if you had to describe yourself as a meal, what food would you be and why?
Chicken and waffles. Because
Okay, good
it's
choice.
sweet.
Oh my God.
Because it's sweet and savory. And it's like I love waffles. Cause you know the opposite, sweet and like salty, but sweet and savory. And I think I can be very nice sometimes, but other times I cannot be nice at all. So I think it gives a
Yes.
little
Yeah.
of both, like.
So you're sweet and salty.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And I think that mixture of waffles is man good, and then chicken, you know. Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that at
From Funkin' Waffles specifically. Sorry,
okay.
I had
Well,
to
I'm gonna throw this at you.
Okay.
At Mother's Cupboard, before we made the Cuse McMother, which is my breakfast sandwich, we made chicken and waffles, and the owner Pete Green and I perfected our sauce for the chicken and waffles. That was sweet and had that bite to it, that hit to
Is
it.
it like the Funkin' Waffles one? Like with
I
hot
think
sauce
I think
and
ours
maple
is the
syrup?
best. I think ours.
I'll have to try
We
it.
got a little bit more than just that.
Oh, okay.
We put some other
I'll
stuff in
have
there.
to test that
Yeah,
out.
you'll have to try it out. All right, Addison, you get the last question for this portion
Okay.
of our special.
Oh, I actually thought about this. Okay, Kay. What is your favorite old school Disney TV show?
Oh,
Yeah, like old school, like meaning like
Yeah, I know.
like. Do you know what I mean? Okay, don't hit me with no new show.
Wait, I gotta think
I'm gonna
about
be
it for a
mad.
second.
There's like old school.
Good luck, Charlie.
Okay.
I was just
That was a decent one. All right.
Good luck,
I
Charlie.
was thinking a little bit
Love
older,
that.
but that's good.
You
That's
guys like
that's
good.
very old.
Okay, I want to get some claps for this because I want to see where people are at. If you would pick Good Luck Charlie, clap it up.
Joelle.
It's silent.
Okay.
There was no
Good Luck
options.
Charlie.
We were just
All
like
right, the
saying.
next one, Hannah Montana.
Okay. I would give that one.
Okay.
Of course,
I like her
Coach
that.
Sleeth would pick that one.
That's So Raven. All right. And I'm gonna say this one. I guess this one's new, like the newer old school. Boy Meets World was my favorite, but Girl Meets World.
No. Boy Meets World was better, I think.
Yeah, Boy Meets World is better.
Girl Meets World just sounded like stupid. Half the stuff, like, do you know that episode where they got locked down in like, they weren't even locked, but it was just like they were in their new high school and then they sat in like that like one space under the steps and nobody was stopping them from leaving, but they wouldn't leave. They were just like, no, we can't leave here. We have to sit here and learn our lesson about something. Like, I don't know. The whole thing was stupid. I was just like, I'm good. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, Girl Meets World. If you watch Boy Meets World, which I suggest you all do, because they had a lot of good life lessons that you can learn today, and it will help you today and tomorrow. Boy Meets World, which used to be on the old TGIF on ABC, it was a million times better than Girl Meets World was cheesy. Boy Meets World
It
was actually a really good show.
Yeah, I agree.
My first crush was on Boy Meets World, Topanga,
Yeah, understand.
and I actually met her.
She is.
I met
You
her,
met
took a
her?
picture with her. Danielle Fishel is one of the nicest people in the world. Yeah, she's super nice.
That's so cool.
And I got to interview her for my entertainment show, Super Powered Pop.
That's so cool.
Got to interview her, Will
Is her hair
Friedle.
still really, really long?
It's probably like here.
Because it was like super duper long.
Oh yeah, in the show.
Yeah.
But I got to interview her, Will Friedle, who played Eric, and Corey Matthews, Ben Savage. So
That's mad cool.
I want to talk to Sean though. I didn't get to talk
I
to
know,
Ryder
I would
Strong.
love to talk to Sean.
He wasn't there that
Or
day.
Angela.
So with that being said, yeah, and Angela was awesome too. When they brought her back, when they
wait,
brought her into Girl Meets World, they messed her
No,
up.
it
She was good in the original.
Yeah, because then they put Sean's love interest as Maya's mom, and it kind of messed up everything. I was just like,
Yeah, I think we should rewrite it. That's what
yeah,
we should do.
honestly, we should.
So for Addyson, for Kaylyn, for myself, Dan Tortora, we're going to take a step aside from Avicolli's. We'll be back with more from Liverpool girls basketball. Clap it up for the team this season.